How's it going, folks? It's Des Catties. What I want to do in this quick video is just show you a few little projects I've been doing this week with bone and leather, so stay tuned. So here's a few projects that I've been doing this last couple of days. Admittedly, I've titled the video Bone and Leather Projects, but I've actually just finished off also. I'll do this one quickly first. This was a birch barrel that I picked up, hollowed it out into some kind of cup, probably enough to put some rum in. And then I've attached a piece of leather cord onto it, and then these little bits of antler, just to give it that kind of tribal look. Okay, so that's the first one. The next one, what I've done was I had this was a binocular lens, obviously good for magnification, for either just, you know, looking at stuff close up, which I often have to do nowadays because I have to wear glasses. But what I've done was I literally just wrapped a piece of leather around that, again to make it look a little bit sort of tribally, if you like, primitive almost. And then I've just attached a piece of cord there for slipping into my pocket. And then the final thing I want to show you, which I sort of it was something I just fell upon really. This is just a pouch made out of a bit of deer skin. The skin was actually gifted to me by a friend, Stuart, and this was one of the little projects that I did over the last couple of days. Now what I wanted to do is to muck around with a bit of bone. Now I really take my hat off to our sort of predecessors, if you like, to our prehistoric you know, family, if you like, in regards to shaping up bone and stuff like that. Now for me, I used modern tools. For example, I used a little file, and I also used a Leatherman file to get the needles down to the shape that I wanted. And I kid you not, initially I tried doing it with just a piece of stone and all that kind of stuff, but it was taking me absolutely ages. So what I come up with was basically using a file. As you can see, this is what I've done. I've actually made, this one is going to a friend of mine, JP, it's going to his girlfriend, Sammy. This was, I forget, the name escapes me now, but it's something to do with wool. And you actually, whatever it is, you can actually use it to put your wool through. And then, you know, she does a lot of crocheting and stuff like that, and wool projects. So she's asked me if I would make her one, and I have done. So that's going to be gifted to her. That's made out of deer antler. But the other three pieces that I've got here, this one is kind of like an awl. I've used a piece of artificial sinew with a tiny little hazel toggle there. And then I've made these two needles. Now they're not as fine as maybe what needles are, but they do actually sort of work. I've tried them out on a piece of the buckskin. The awl actually works as well. It actually penetrates the leather as well. So it's more, will I use these? Who knows? It's just more of a just a little project I wanted to have a go of with actually just making them. Now when I actually came to place the holes in there, how our ancestors did it, I've got no idea really, because I never really done much homework. But in the end, what I was doing, I was actually rubbing it with this until I could get so far, and then the patience sort of took over me really. And in the end, I kind of drilled the hole and then just finished off with rounding it off like that. So, you know, that's just something that I've done. All right, so there it is, folks. So I've literally just made myself 3 bone needles, a little awl out of bone as well. And then they all fit nicely into this little pouch that I've made out of the leather, out of the deer skin. Little bit of a hazel toggle there to wrap round like so. And there it is. So there's my 3 little projects that I've been doing so far. Alright, so a little magnifying glass, the bowl, finishing it off, just putting some leather thonging on there with some little bits of deer antler just to make it look a little bit tribally. The needles, which you've just seen, and then obviously the magnifying glass there wrapped around with leather. There it is, folks. Quick, short and to the point. Okay, nice and sweet there. Okay, so please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Please check out my Etsy store. The Etsy store supports me and supports the channel. Okay, and thank you for your continued support. See you later, folks. Take care, and I'll hopefully see you on the next video.